Hello everyone, I am Alyan Fiverrwala and today I am live with very special guest Sir Mike. Sir Mike is co-founder at Greater Life with a background that spans from punk rock promotion and social media marketing. Sir Mike brings unique perspective to his work, activist and award-winning network founder. So welcome sir and how are you?
I'm great, thank you. It's great to meet you.
Same here, sir. So first of all, I am very thankful to you to giving me your precious and valuable time for the interview. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, that's cool. I'm enjoying it. Go on.
All right, sir. So before moving on a question, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, certainly. So, my name is Mike Turner. I'm a businessman. I live in Cornwall in the southwest of England in the United Kingdom. I have two businesses in the main. My main business is Greater Life, which is a community for people who are in their late 40s, 50s, so midlife and beyond, helping them to live a healthier, happier life and a longer life, and equipping them with the means to do so, the resources to do so. My other business is more recent. It's something I've been doing for a considerable period of time, about 17 years or so, but I've just started another business with a partner, and that is a digital marketing business based in London aimed at the hospitality sector.
All right, sir. Thanks so much for this introduction. So, what inspired you to transition from punk rock promotion and activism freedom?
Okay, it didn't happen overnight. Lots of things happened in the meantime. So I went to college. I went to university in 1976 in London, which was the birth of punk rock as a music. What would you call it? A music style, and I happened to turn up just at the right place, right time, and got involved in promoting punk rock bands. I did that for 2 years while I was studying. It was a great time, a lot of fun, lots of new. I'm a big fan of new. I'm a big fan of new things, and punk rock was certainly a new style of music. It was even called new wave music. Yeah, that's how new punk rock was. However, I did that for 2 years. I then went. I lived in France for a little while. I came back and I wanted to find a job, and I got into the fashion business, more specifically into the jeans business. And I worked in the jeans business for a long time. Yeah, probably 25 years, roughly, I guess. So 25 years of working in the jeans business, and there was no inspiration that changed that. It was actually a literal accident. I had a big car crash in 2003, and as a result of that, yeah, I found myself incapacitated. I broke my legs. I couldn't walk. I was in a bit of a state, and the silver lining to the cloud, because my business went, everything else was wrong, but the good news was that social media was being invented, and I got involved in doing social media at a very early stage. And part of that, the bit that I really liked, was building community. So, bringing people together, networking, creating communities on Facebook, for instance. And out of that came a community which is Greater Life. And at the same time, came my whole thing around ageism, the fact that people look at old people, young people look at old people and think, oh, they're over the hill, they're past it. Old people look at young people and think, oh, they've got no experience, no knowledge. What do they know? And me in the middle saying, no, we can all learn a huge amount from each other. So I'm active against ageism of any kind, young to old, old to young, irrelevant. Ageism is abhorrent. It shouldn't exist, and it's something that I would love to be able to help to stamp out. There you go. That's my transition. A long answer. Sorry.
No, no, it's perfect. All right, sir. So, could you share a pivotal moment or experience that motivated you to co-founder a creative
Yes, so this is a great deal easier to sort of consider, really, because I decided 2 years ago that I wanted to go back to university. I wanted to go back to studying, and I went to study entrepreneurship at Falmouth University, and I went on a program that had an opportunity to start a business as a result. And while I was there, I met my now business partner, George. George and I talked a lot about initially, drawing on each other's experience. We were talking about entrepreneurs, business owners, the kind of problems that they faced. And what we identified was that there were very specific problems around older business owners. So, business owners in the UK over 50 account for more than half of the business owners in the UK. So, despite the fact that people over 50 are only around about 40% of the population, the business owners, the majority of them are over 50, and they employ more than half the UK's workforce. But they don't get a great deal of support. In fact, it's quite the opposite. The support, in terms of government support and financial support, is channeled towards younger people. And yet, the other irony is that people over 50 starting a business are twice as likely to succeed as people in their 20s and 30s. And we thought we need to do something about this. And we looked at everything from business advice to and support to then the underlying things. There's always the thing behind the thing, the problem behind the problem. And the underlying things were to do with health and happiness and relationships. And that's what we set out to address. We're down again. It's a recurring theme, unfortunately, dealing with internet in Pakistan. So, uh, again.
Sorry for disconnecting, first of all,
Don't
sir.
worry, don't worry. I know you have problems, you guys.
Thank you. So, sir, how do you believe your background in fashion and social media marketing informs your approach to reshaping the future of individuals in midlife and beyond?
Okay, so one of the things then from a practical perspective that we've identified with people who are in midlife, we there are expressions that boomers, Generation X, Generation Z, or Gen Z, millennials, and so on and so on. And what we've identified is that Generation X, people who are in their mid 40s to 60 or so, are hugely underfunded for their future life. They haven't put away enough money, they haven't saved enough money, they haven't created a big enough pension to be able to see them through later life. And we came up with the idea of the pension side hustle. So this is something that somebody who is already retired could start a side hustle to supplement their pension, and somebody that is still working could start a side hustle to be able to put money away for their pension. And my experience in both actually fashion and social media has been at the sharp end of things. So when I was in the fashion business, it was about being innovative. It was about um, creating wealth or creating income and then subsequently wealth from very little. So you don't need, like you don't need when you go into business. People think, oh, you've got to have like, maybe a big website and business cards and flyers, and you need a video channel. You need this. You don't. You just need a simple idea. And when you have a simple idea, when you say, right, there's a problem here, these people need to get buckets or need to get water from one side of the road to the other, and I have buckets. I can just take water. Yeah, that's it. You're solving a problem. You don't need like a huge infrastructure to be able to do that. And the same deal applies with social media. The beauty of social media is that anybody can just sign up to Facebook, sign up to Instagram, sign up to TikTok, and start creating content and start having conversations. So those are really invaluable lessons when it comes to teaching people. You can supplement your income. You can start a side hustle, a business. Yeah, you are Fiverrwala. Yeah, just set yourself up on Fiverr. Yeah, it's not difficult. Yeah, Fiverr, Upwork, lots of other platforms like this. Just set yourself up and say, I can do copywriting, I can do video production, I can teach people how to grow vegetables. I mean, it doesn't matter anything. Anybody can do anything, I think, and I really firmly believe that.
That's great, sir. Wonderful. Okay, sir. So, what do you see as the most perceived challenge facing individual in midlife today, and how does greater life address these challenges?
So there's two things I think. Yeah, in fact, three things very specifically. So yeah, one thing is that people will live longer. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Certainly in the Western world, and I believe as countries like Pakistan, you like every year things are getting better in Pakistan. Certainly in India, tech in India, has just gone crazy over the last 10 or 15 years. So what happens when you have a population that their general well-being, their general uh, their economic situation, and so on improves, then their health improves as well. And in health improving, people live longer. Certainly in the UK, the expectation is the average age right now, life expectancy, is 80 roughly. That's based on historical figures. When we start taking into account the advances in medicine, general sort of better way of living, the age drifts up to late 80s or 90, and if you look after yourself, possibly even longer. So yeah, there is that problem. There is that opportunity to enable people to live longer. The great thing is then how do you help them to live longer, but live a better life as well, actually be healthy for longer and be able to do things for longer so that they don't get old and degenerate. So that's a big challenge for us. Yeah, is how can we help people to live healthier and happier lives whilst they're living longer? And part and parcel of that then comes down to how do they live? Do they live in a home on their own? Are they living in community? What's their lifestyle? And then obviously the money, because all of these things cost money. And how do we actually make that happen? So with Greater Life, we've gone from thinking, how can we help business owners to help run better businesses, to actually thinking, right, how can we help business owners or people over 45, 50 live longer and have a better time doing it? So, lots of challenges now. I think I've created a monster, is what they say. So, there you go. That's where we're heading.
All right, sir. Wonderful. So, can you describe particularly memorable success story, transformational journey of client or organization you have worked with?
There are loads, lots and lots and lots. I think. What can I give you? Um, something we're very proud of, my business partner and I, is that we have been working with a very small group of people over the last 12 months to really figure out what our strengths are and what the needs of our clients are. And we have one lady that 12 months ago, 14 months ago, perhaps, really was, she won't mind me saying, she wasn't very good at anything to do with marketing or social media or presenting herself or talking about her business. And last week she was at a national conference, met the people that ran the conference. She speaks with authority now about her business, which is about weaving natural fibers and sustainability, and she runs workshops, and she's on Facebook and Instagram more than I am. I mean, she really has become very, very good at what she does, and that's a great thing to find somebody that has very little confidence in what they're doing and a lack of knowledge about what they're doing, and then help them to transform through that situation. That would be a prime example, but there are thousands of examples. Yeah, but yeah, that would be good. There you go.
All right, sir. Great. So, in what ways do you envision greater life evolving or expanding its impact in the future?
So, in our future plans, one of the big things we've looked at is communal living. There are a number of issues here in the UK, certainly. In fact, not just in the UK, the USA, I know, have similar problems around care for elderly people, around housing generally. We have problems here in the UK with housing, a shortage of housing, and there are issues around as people get older around mental health because of loneliness. So we think that one of the biggest things that we could do to help contribute to combating loneliness, helping with mental health, helping with the housing situation in the UK is communal living. So communal living amongst, preferably from an intergenerational perspective, so not just old people, but sort of younger and middle age and older people living in community. It's indicated as being one of the factors that helps people to live longer generally. And I think personally, it would help people to live happier lives as well. So communal living is something that we see. Yeah, we see that as being a major expansion. Yeah, in the medium term, 3 to 5 years time.
So, sir, how do you navigate and combat ageism in both personal and professional spread?
Um, that's really simple. I think it's about being open to people around you. So we are in an interview now. I think this is probably about the 10th or 12th one I've done with students at the school. I'm encouraged. I saw the video or a video about the school before I met Rehan. It all happened in the same day, just by one could call it coincidence or one can call it by destiny. But I saw the video and thought, wow, this is fantastic. And it's about being open to people around you, and appreciating the best as well, appreciating the limitations as well. So this is my third interview today. You've all had problems with your internet, but it's like, okay, so you have problems with the internet. Yeah, let's work around that, and we'll just make it happen the best we can. And I think the biggest thing is just being open, to people, and making it just part of your DNA, your inner self.
All right, sir. So, what role do you believe business, particularly Fortune 500 companies, should play in addressing ageism and supporting older individuals in the workforce?
Well, yeah, this becomes a matter of whether it's internal policy within businesses or whether it's external policy from government. But again, recognizing the data is there. Excuse me, the data is there that says that older people, for instance, in the workplace, are more likely to be innovative. An older person starting a business is twice as likely to succeed. And recognizing that, because we tend to we still dismiss women in the workplace in the Western world. We still dismiss older people in the workplace, but actually recognize the qualities that those people can bring to any kind of business environment, commercial, industrial environment, and doing our best to accommodate those people So I think it's time for a rewrite. I mean, yeah, again, historically, yeah, you'd have to go far back to a time when everybody was expected to retire. Women were expected to retire in the UK at 60 and men at 65. The expectation now, certainly already, is 66. I'll retire later. Well, I won't retire, but I officially retire later this year at 66. By 2040, it'll be up to sort of 70 or there or thereabouts. Recognize that people are going to live longer, they'll need to work longer, and actually they still bring a huge amount to the workplace. So that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So, sir, how do you balance your passion for community building with your business management responsibilities?
Well, for me now, community building is integral to business. I think any business has the opportunity to create a community around their business. If you think about it just in terms, so just in its very simplest, when I was a child, my mum and my grandmother both used to shop at the same butcher's. They could have shopped at any one of a dozen butchers in the town where we lived, but they shopped at that one. So, to all intents and purposes, they weren't just customers of that business, they were part of the community of customers of that business. Yeah. And I think that we tend to forget this, that, the as business owners, our customers have something in common, and if we can actually encourage them to talk to each other and and to come to us with their, oh, we need more of this, or we don't like what you're doing there, actually get the feedback from those customers, that's invaluable all around. I did it without even knowing this. When I was in the jeans business, in the working for other people, I used to get my customers together when they came to trade shows in London. I would get them together and we would go out for a beer or we would go out to eat. And I didn't really appreciate, but I was creating community amongst my customers. I think that's a huge benefit to any business. Is to create community. Have people part of your club.
All right, sir. So, what do you believe sets Greater Life apart from other organizations addressing issues related to aging and with life transition?
I think that the biggest thing is we take a holistic approach. So other people that are here in the UK, certainly, and there are lots of other organisations of one kind or another. We take an approach that says that unless you can get, people talk about work-life balance, and we talk about balance between four pillars. Can we see four fingers? Not quite, but four pillars of health, happiness, home, and hustle. So the need to actually address everything, not just to address one bit, because the problem may not be the business, the problem may be your personal relationship, the problem may not be your personal relationship, it might be your mental health. I mean, so we look at the whole thing.
All right, sir. Wonderful. Okay, sir. Uh, wait. All right, sir. Sorry for the delay. So, what message or advice would you like to impart to our audience regarding engage, purpose, and living a fulfilling life?
Okay. I think more than anything else, being open-minded. Being there is an expression. This is an expression that it's not mine originally, but it was something that was that I learned from one of my mentors probably about 15 years ago. And we people generally tend to operate from a place of fear. We're afraid of change. We're afraid of moving from where we are because we tend to get secure in a position and then think, oh, I don't want to go any further. I don't want to change from this because things might go wrong. My mentor 15 years ago taught me the phrase, run towards the things you fear the most. So, in other words, embrace change, not just embrace it, take it on and really, sort of make it part of you. So that perhaps, um, whether it's aging, whether it's like living your life with purpose, having a fulfilling life, actually, embrace it, embrace the change, run towards the things you fear the most. There you go.
Wonderful, great advice, sir. So, thank you so much, sir, for sharing your invaluable insight and inspiring journey with us. Thank you for your dedication to reshaping future and engaging transformation in the life of individual and midlife beyond. Your passion and vision serve as a beacon of hope for all of us. Thank you so much, sir.
And thank you for the opportunity, Alyan. It's been lovely speaking to you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you, sir.
Okay, take care.